Hey guys, it's Max. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great morning so far. Looks like the market's at all-time highs. I predicted it yesterday. If you watch my nighttime show, I said I figured we'd rally at least one more day before we peter out. Something like that. Okay, so let's check the market. Speaking of the market, made a lot of great option trades yesterday, both in real life and in Discord. I gave them all out. They made a bunch of good ones all week. I hope you guys are following them. All right, so here is the S&P. Where do we open? This is the 24-hour chart. Let's look at the SPY so it's easier to tell if we gapped or whatever. Okay, so here we have the SPY. So it looks like we opened in the previous days. Oh no, we opened right up here. So we opened out of the previous day's range, and we've actually gone straight sideways from the open. We opened an all-time high territory. We'll see if we can hold it till the end of the day. Let's look at the Qs. Qs kind of the same thing. We opened an all-time high. The Qs have a small bullish gap left over from yesterday, and they negated a bearish gap at the same location. So we'll see if they can hold it. We'll see if they can hold it, but the first time they pull back in this area, we possibly might expect buyers to be there again. Now let's check the Russell. The Russell is left behind a small bullish gap this morning, but it's about ready to close. So I'm not even going to put it there. They jumped over a bearish gap, so we're just going to leave that one. We're just going to leave the Russell as it is. All right, so now let's look at the Altiverse or the GP. Well, we'll start with the Altiverse. All right. The average stock in the Altiverse is up 59 bips. Alti itself is up 60 bips. You can see it's HIMS every morning, right? Yep. Every morning. And Roku this morning. Well, that's nice to see. I forgot to make an earnings play in Roku, but that would have been a good one. My earnings trades were on fire yesterday. Palo Alto Networks. We'll look at them in a second, but they were on fire. All right, so now let's look at the LFGY verse. And here we have the LFGY verse. LFGY is flat. The average stock in their universe is up a little bit. APLD is up 10%. Most everything's up today. That's nice to see. Now let's look at the old GPTY verse. Now this isn't looking so good. And this is because Intel's pulling back today, but it's only back 3%, and it was up yesterday big. The GPTY, you'd definitely say, is the weakest of the bunch. The average stock of the GPTY verse is down 0.5%. All right, so now let's look at the index buffer report. It's kind of early. What's up? I always say what's up the most or down the most. Feet 5E, usually S-Vol, Z-Vol. Let's see. Well, today T-SPY up the most, down the most. Feet 5E, yeah, feet and 5E. They're the most volatile. SDTY is down a little bit. S-Vol is actually up today. SEPI's looking good. SEPI's been looking great lately. YMAX looks good. Alti looks good. China's looking good. As Clip is doing well today. XOVR, the private equity, the public private equity ETF thingy, is looking good as well. Let's check out the YieldMax buffer report. Oh yeah, Airbnb had earnings. That was one I gave out yesterday. That was a big hit. And you can see YieldMax got a part of it also. They're up 8% today. You know, Airbnb's up 13%, but YieldMax got 8% of that upside. That's really good. That's really good. SMCY is catching about half the upside of SMCI. And over here we have MRNY catching more than 100% of MRNA's upside. So that's really good to see. This morning on SDTY, they came in and sold the 61.60. They sold the 61.35 strike. Let's look at that. So we'll put this in. Let's see. SPX. We'll make it expire today. ODTE, right? ODTE, baby. 61.35. So right now the market's at 61.20. They sold this about 15 points in the money. The delta is at 23 now. I wonder what the delta was when they sold it. I'm thinking a 30. I want to ask Jay what delta they sell every morning. Anyway, join my Discord. We have a thing. Well, first of all, I have a live stream today at 5, or I'm sorry, at 4 when the market closes. Where then I have an interview, a live stream with Jay Pestricelli, who's the fund manager from all these funds, on Tuesday. But we're going to talk today about questions that you guys want me to ask him, and then you guys will have a chance to ask him questions as well. He'll respond to comments in the live stream. So get ready for that. That's next Tuesday. But I want to ask him how far out how does he know how far out to choose this? And I bet they sell the 30 delta every morning. That's what I'm thinking. Whatever's the 30 delta at that time at 8:30 in the morning, they sell it. But then sometimes they'll aggressively roll it out. They'll cover, even though they'll cover at a loss, and then roll to another option that expires the same day. So I'm really looking forward to talking to him about how he's trading this, method. All right, so we'll just save this trade. We could watch this. SDTY trade. Back to editor. Okay, and then also there was on the Qs, they sold the 22-110. So let's go check that out. So this is NDX. So what they're trading, 22-110, 22-110. The old 22-110. Let's see what delta this is. That's the 26 delta right now. And I'm telling you, when they sold it, it was the 30 delta. I bet they come in and they sell that 30 delta every morning. What that does for them, people say these funds don't get upside, and they're kind of right. These funds don't get a lot of upside. They don't get as much upside as a growth stock, but they do get some upside. The way they get upside is by writing out of the money options. So the market's trading where this dotted line is right now, which is 22.040. They went out of the money and wrote the 22-110. So what happens is if the market goes up, yeah, they're capped out, but they aren't capped out until 22-110. So whatever is the difference, the percentage difference, and it's probably like 0.5% or something, will go straight to the NAV. Even if this option goes in the money, the fund, the ETF, will get credit for the time that it wasn't in the money, and it'll go straight to the NAV of the ETF. So in a perfect world, you want these guys to write the options as far out of the money as you can, but the problem is you don't bring in much premium. So I mean, the further out of the money you write, the less premium you bring in, and at some point it makes it just not worth it. You might as well just not write anything. Because the whole reason we're doing these strategies, buying these ETFs, or doing a covered call strategy anyway, is because we're trying to convert equity into income. Covered call strategies, covered call ETFs are just tools to convert equity into income. And it's not the only way to do it. There's other ways to do it. You can just sell shares like they do at XPay, and XPay has been really successful, and a lot of people like that. And you can also buy an annuity. You don't even have to use stocks. There's other ways to get an income for life, but this is one of them. Okay, we'll save this trade also, and we'll keep an eye on this today. This is the QDTY trade. Okay, so now let's talk. Let's look at these. Okay, see where it says LD? The LDs are the ones I do for earnings trades. It's because that's the best trade. And LD is the ultimate bullish. Well, these are bullish LDs, but the LD is the ultimate bullish trade. I mean, there's not a better bullish trade in my book. So But you can see the last 6 are in here. Cisco was a small winner. Trade Desk was an $1,800 loser. AppLovin was a $3,400 winner. The lotto ticket paid off on that one. Okay. That one was this one doesn't count. The one is not an LD, but then Airbnb, $1,000 winner. Coinbase, small loser right now, but that one will be a winner by the end of the day. Palo Alto Networks, small winner, or $275 winner. So that's pretty good. That's really good. Okay, so check this out. On Coinbase, break even's 273. The market's trading at 279. Right now, here's the value of the trade right now. That's why it's underwater a little bit as time passes. So we go on. This is at 12:15 today. When I'm eating lunch, this will be worth $97. When I'm getting ready to do my live stream with you guys, it'll be worth, I'll take it off by then, but it'd be worth $258. So this one should be fine by the end of the day, unless we drop under the break even. All right. So if you aren't trading my earnings trades, I'd ask you why not, especially because I'm not even charging for them. Anyway, and as my trades aren't trades, I'm also teaching a methodology. I'll have more content on that. That's fine. A lot of people don't want the methodology. They just want to know, tell me what's going to win tomorrow. They just want the winning trade. But anyway, it's not that easy. In real life, it's more complicated than that. You have to hedge, and you have to be aware of other things. So anyway, so it's been a good day in the earnings world. Let's see what the market's doing. Russell this morning had a big bullish gap, and since essentially closed it. I mean, there's a small gap. There's a small gap still up in there. All right, we'll check USO. We'll check oil. Oil finally backed off. It was above 80 for a while last week, a couple of weeks ago. Turned out to be a fake out. Turned out to be a huge bull trap. Look at bonds taking off again. Okay, well, that's good news for the market. That's good news for the market. Let's look at the 10-year. Yeah, the 10-year selling off. When interest rates go down, it makes bonds more valuable. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin this is a huge wedge right here. Bitcoin is definitely wedging. Be interesting to see which way this breaks. We're wedging right around 99, 100,000. I'd like to see us take another bull run and make a new high in Bitcoin. That'd be really good for the market. All right, guys. Well, this has been long enough for morning update. I appreciate y'all for being here. As soon as the market closes, be here. If you have any questions for me, we can talk about them. But I got to get out of here. I'm making some content for y'all, so I'm going to do that. Join my Discord. If you have any questions for me or you want to chat privately, hit me up on Discord. I also have a Facebook, but I'm locked out of it right now. So anyway, but you can find me at Discord, or my email is maxconvexity@gmail.com. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for being here. See ya.